Guys, um, I am here to do the video that I promised you guys I was gonna do. Um, I don't know if you guys remembered, I did a shot, or this shot that you see right now on the screen, that I got featured um, so many times, and I'm just gonna do the tutorial very quick. It's pretty simple, nothing too complicated, just a lot of tedious work. So hopefully you guys get the point, um, and experiment in your laptops in Photoshop, Lightroom, and stuff like that. So let's begin. So I've uploaded the shot on Photoshop, um, and pretty much what we're going to be working on is creating a radial blur all over the shot, without the subject and his bicycle included. Um, and so the tools that we'll mainly be using will be the quick selection tool, and then the eraser. So with that being said, let's just start. So um, you will start off by clicking the quick selection tool, um, and these two up in your left top hand corner, um, there is a plus sign and a minus sign. We're going to be pressing obviously the plus sign, and so we're going to just add or select the whole thing, and we're going to include the guy too for now, but we're going to um, take them out in just a few. So now that my whole frame is covered, also if you're doing this with one of your pictures and it's a bit overexposed, just like this one, you might not see those white lines that you see on the edges. They might be around the shot. So make sure that you pay attention closely. And if you want, you can always zoom in and so on and so forth, just to make sure that you have everything covered. Anyways, so we have our frame and image completely covered. Now we're just going to click the minus and we're going to deselect the subject. Now I'm not going to do this perfectly. I just want to give you a basic concept of what it is. So obviously I'll leave you guys to it um, when you're doing this at home on your own. Then obviously you want to make it perfect. All right, so let's minimize the brush just a bit so that we don't select everything that we shouldn't. So this is a tedious part. I mean, it's deselecting, selecting, deselecting, selecting, just trying to get as much as you can without grabbing anything else that you don't need. So, but as I said, I am not going to do this perfectly because it's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's all there is to it. So I'm just gonna try to cover him as much as deselect him as much as I can, and we'll work from there. So it's funny because I was kind of surprised that this shot blew up. I didn't. It wasn't my intentions at all. I think. I mean, it's never someone's intention, in my opinion, of to have a shot being featured so many times. Um, but it was surprising. It was cool. I didn't mind. Alright, so pretty much have the majority of this man uh, deselected. Like I said, um, this is just a tutorial, and I just want you to get the basic concept of it. So if you're editing a shot and you're doing this to it, make sure that that you get the gaps. If there's a lot of gaps in your shot, make sure that you get them. So, but all right, cool. I think we're pretty good for now. So once you have that ready, um, the next step is to uh, add a layer to this. So you're gonna press Command C and Command V. So Command C, Command V, and you have your layer. And so once you have your layer, going to go to Filter, going to Blur, Radial Blur, and so this box should pop out. So just straightforward, the amount means how much radial blur you want, how strong of the blur you want it to be. Blur method, you can either pick spin or zoom. Obviously, we're going for zoom. Quality, draft, good, best. I always pick the best just to get the best quality of it. Now, this white box with the grids on it, this is to move around where that vantage point is coming. So in order to in order for this to work, you need to follow the direction of where that subject is coming from, especially if it's a moving object. So with this bicycle, I have to put him a bit behind, make a team a bit behind him, so that you can tell that he was coming from that direction. So shall do that. And like I said, it might not come out perfectly the first time. You're gonna have to move it around a few times until it looks perfect. But yeah. And the amount I usually go to 50 to 100, so I'll go to 70 for now. All right. So hopefully I got it perfect the first time. All right. Let's see how it goes. By the way, this takes a while to load, so that's something that you need to remember, and you should have patience for it because sometimes it can just take forever, especially if you're trying to do it over and over again just to get it right. So luckily, the first time I did it, it took me about 3 times, which wasn't that bad. So, but it's just practice. It's all about practicing and experimenting. So, and we should be done. Okay. I mean, not that bad. I'm going to undo it and just go a little bit further down. So go to edit, step backwards, go back to filter, blur, radial blur, and I'm just gonna move this just a bit more there, and I'm gonna raise this up to like 7, and I'll do 80. And we'll see. Let's see how this goes. It's all about playing with it. I mean, you're not gonna get it right the first time, and if you do, then that's good. But yeah, it's very tedious work, and you know that's how it is. And um, it's not something we should complain, because you know that's how you become a better photographer and editor. You know, it's just by repeating yourself and just doing it all over again until you know you get it right. So, but yeah, hopefully we got it right this second time, so I don't have to do it again. If not, then I'll just leave it at that and move on. Cool. This looks good. So now that we have everything settled, um, we're just gonna click on the eraser. We're going to increase the size, and we're going to zoom in. And so the only thing that you're going to be brushing off is the subject. It's taking all these. Actually, let me. There you go. So let's start erasing. Let's make sure to get those edges and hard places and clear him up. When I was editing the shot, I was trying to figure out how to erase these things, the effect from the subject. And at first I was just gonna post it like this without erasing it, but then it wouldn't make sense. So, but eventually I figured it out and it came out good. So, by the way, guys, I'm erasing this, so I'm not doing it perfectly. I just, like I said, I'm just trying to give you an overview of what this is about and how to do it. So, whenever you apply this to your work, obviously, I hope that you do take your time with it until it comes out right. Um, Sweet. All right, I think we got everything done. And yep. So, just a bit. And this is the final step in Photoshop. After this, you can either edit the tones in Photoshop or just move it to Lightroom and slap a preset or whatever it is that you have to edit your photos, or just do it from scratch. But yeah, this is pretty much the tutorial on how to do this radial blur effect on a shot. Thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe to my channel, which is Sola Photos. Also follow me on Instagram, sola.photo. Thank you guys.